But yeah, so here's my my theory or my thoughts on why I think the War Within is going to unify the player base. Okay, this is a contingent on a few things we're just going to go over now. So, like, one big thing that the War Within has going for it is that it comes out after Phase 4 SOD. At least it looks like it comes out right after that. It comes out after Cataclysm. And usually when you have like something coming out after like the newest thing, just that alone is going to get it a lot of momentum. And the fact that it's coming out after Cataclysm is just good for it and not before. This is a big thing. The actual timeline, right? See here. So like summer, autumn, late summer. My guess for the War Within is going to be like an early September kind of thing. We have Cataclysmic, early summer. Cataclysmic, I think also in general is less hype for people than the War Within. I don't see Cataclysm being like very popular for a long time. It's too close to retail, and this is like why I think this is such a good thing, is that the players that would play Kata, and Raph goes away by the way, right? Raph rolls into Kata, are going to be way more willing to just play the War Within when that comes out. Which means more players on the War Within, right? Unifying players. That's what we want to see. All this is contingent on the War Within being actually good, right? We need it to be actually good. And I think it looks really good on paper, but it's too early to say. But of course, everything is like kind of banging on it being good. I don't know if that's an expression, but for PvP, we're getting rated solo queue BGs, which even on the PTR, with like almost no players, had way faster queue times than Shuffle. And actually like played a lot of Blitz. And it's good fun. And one of the best things about it too, this is for PP of course, is solo/duo queue. I think it's way more close like a kind of solo queue experience you would expect from a game. Like Soul Shuffle is not really like the kind of solo queue you think about, right? Where you don't get a team and you play with that team. There's no duo queue or solo/duo queue. And the genius thing about Blitz is that it's duo queue for healer DPS, which of course encourages like people to play with the healer, and then that makes the queue times way shorter because everyone is queuing that because it's a big benefit in queuing up with someone. I think Mope is going to be awesome, yeah. It's a bit far away. I guess like Mope would kind of come out after the midnight, right? After midnight. Solo queue is what we need, but it has to be a good solo queue where it can actually come home from school, from work, whatever, queue it up and be in a game within like a reasonable amount of time. You know, Shuffle isn't that because it takes the same time or more than you would spend actually finding someone to play with. I don't think solo queue is bad in and of itself, but it has to be done right. But yeah, so yeah, one of the reasons which I kind of touched on as well is the fact that SOD, at least from what I can see, is getting less and less popular with the phases, right? At least from phase 1 to phase 2, it seems like it's being less played. On my friend list, that's 100% the case. Of course, that's just like my experience with that. But in general, that seems to be the case. And I do think by the time the War Within rolls around, SOD is probably going to ran its course a bit. And then Cataclysmic, I think it's going to tie quite nicely into the War Within for players. And then the War Within just needs to actually be good, deliver, and then hopefully we can like be in a spot where retail WoW it's way more thriving, and I think it's quite likely as well to happen. But time will tell, of course. It's hard to say. And then right after launch as well, you know, we have the 20th anniversary, which should be huge. I mean, it's 20 years, but we'll see. Of course, it's a small thing. The main thing is like this actually being good. But yeah, the timing of like the other versions of the game, I think really benefit the War Within, which is like my main point though, which is why I'm hopeful for that. I'm not sure like how like hardcore. I feel like hardcore kind of ran its course a bit by this point. Like, is anyone here playing hardcore? They're doing self-found mode, but I don't see that like taking players away from retail around this time. Any copers? A little bit of cope. I think that the hero talents are going to cause us a problem. The new talent trees already have the point of pruning requirement and extra stacking damage buffs, and hero talents going to be major issues. I mean, it depends on what it is, and they're for the most part not doing any like active abilities, right? It's all passive stuff, and passive stuff done right, I think it just add flavor to what's already there than just bloat. I don't think it's gonna bloat, but we'll see. I think some specs are getting hero talent, like one ability from them, but most things, from what I've seen, it's just like all passive stuff that seems cool, right? And that adds to it, which is the goal. Man, I hope so, dude. You would? Hardcore was fun for a bit. The next add-on, there's like so many things, right? Like you talk about here, like add-ons and everything. I swear, the Blizzard just needs to make the baseline UI better. Like add, like 4PP, for example, like add S Arena, like, you know, DR Tracker, add Omnibar, give an option to track teammate CDs, like put that in the baseline UI. Same with big debuffs, like just have that be in the baseline UI. But I don't see them removing add-ons, you know, I don't. But yeah, so those are some thoughts around the War Within, unifying the player base. I'm hopeful, man. I'm hopeful, but time will tell. But I really hope, for PP's sake, that BG Blitz lands well. And there's like two paths I can see Blitz taking. One is Blizzard release Blitz with like one new map, the new BG they're making. They don't really give it like a cool title, cool rewards. They don't innovate on the maps. They don't make new maps for it. And they just release it, and it's going to be fun for a bit, but then it's going to die flat, right? Or they actually take this base thing they have and then add on it, right? Make cool maps designed for this game mode. And do good rewards. Title, guys. Title needs to be Warlord, man. Warlord, like Unchained Warlord, imagine, or whatever. It's title I know already, but replace it. But yeah, I just really hope they actually take BG Blitz, which I think is a cool kind of game mode, and then innovate with it, man. And make it better. Yeah, I feel like Shuffle kind of same thing. Like, rewards from it is just not nice. But, like, dude, one thing I'm very happy about is how close the War Within is. Like, it's not far away, man. Like, 6 months, maybe? Half a year? That's soon.